Hello again, everyone, and welcome to a brand new edition of Zero Zensura. New theme song, new intro, just about everything is in the works to have a great 2026. My name is Mr. Hollywood. I'm going to be your host for the next hour and a half, perhaps 2 hours, 3 hours. Who cares? As long as we talk wrestling, everything's going to be just fine. And joining me as well was my panel. The grandes ecuatorianos of wrestling are here with you on this wonderful, wonderful Tuesday evening. Hello, Ecuadragón. Bienvenido. Buenas noches.
Hello, everybody. Equadragons here. Welcome to the year 2026. And you notice something right here, something familiar that came back from the dead last night in Japan. And holding the true Goldie, World Heavyweight Championship from WWE. This is the real Heavyweight Championship, the real world title. But it's good to be back in Zensura on Tuesday, and I'm looking forward to talk more. And whatever we're going to talk about, either any company, and I'm looking forward to talk more.
And of course, joining us, who was very absent last night, but he was enjoying Raw. DRC, Dorian Rovalino, welcome. It's good to have you back on the show.
Okay, first thing first, Happy New Year's, gentlemen. And finally, that gold has came back in New Japan that it should have never changed it because it's turned into like a WWE Divas Mattel toy thing kind of way. Unacceptable. Glad that this gold is back. Well, I'm going to say this for mi gente desde ringside. Mi disculpa de ayer. Sí, la noche estuvo ayer el evento de Raw, divirtiendo todo porque estaban en Brooklyn, especialmente aquí cuando tengo de Stranger Things, y todo esto. Si viste el final y todo esto, en temporada 5, mejor no quiero hablar de esto, pero ya estamos aquí, and now we're moving on about that. Settle Zensura. Let's talk about prediction of 2026 to 2025. It's out the books. Now it's on for 2026.
That's right. We're going to go into New Year's predictions for wrestling. All of the greatest superstars that are going to give us their best on this year have a future. But what future is enhanced in this 2026? We're going to go through some guys from TNA, some guys and girls, obviously, also from AEW, also from the WWE and NXT as well. And we also may tackle a few guys from the other side of the planet if it doesn't break the communication, because we know that they're kind of like, yeah, don't talk about us because we cut videos. You know who we're saying. But anywho, let's go into the commentaries from our ringsiders. Let's see who's there. Greetings desde Ringside, Agustín Rosado. Nunca se pierde para nada la programación. YSJ. Well, we didn't have a YSJ. We didn't have Jericho last night.
And by the way, I won the bet, by the way, from this one. Because I did say Jericho's not coming until Royal Rumble because
I fell for it.
It's due time for it. That's why I say, hey, I got $50 from that. It's like, I told you Jericho ain't going to come tonight.
I fell for it. I got to be honest. I really fell for it. I really thought that Jericho was going to show up. Jericho was going to show up. It was kind of like a so-and-so thing because they kept mentioning things about him. They made some moves from Jericho as well. There was kind of like a tribute on last night's Monday Night Raw. But the one thing that really kind of like lowered me down on that was the fact that there was a report saying Jericho is not going to show up on Raw. So it hurts me to say, but Jonathan Coachman was right. That's not an easy pill to swallow, to actually tell Jonathan Coachman, hey, you're right. You were right for once in your lifetime. You were right. But hey, it is what it is. And if Jericho is going to show up at the Royal Rumble, then great. I just wonder how are they going to use him if he does show up on WWE television. So before we get into the New Year's predictions for wrestling, let's talk about a little bit on the Jericho subject. As a matter of fact, we're going to start off with Jericho. As a matter of fact, what is the future? What is 2026 holding up for the learning tree, Ayatollah of rock and rolla, whatever you want to call him, the virus, I don't know. So what is the future for Chris Jericho? Let's start off with AEW. So he is no longer on AEW yet. In the official page, he's still on. So they actually haven't gotten him out. So I'm not sure how to take this. I'm not sure if Jericho is 100% free or he's being, worked on by both the WWE or AEW. So what are my predictions for Chris Jericho? I don't think he's going to go back to AEW. He's going to go to the WWE. He's going to go directly to Raw. I don't see him in SmackDown. He's going perhaps to have a little run with whoever is the champion at the time. I'm just hoping it's CM Punk because I don't want a face Jericho. I want him heel. I want him full-time heel. He works his ass off better when he's a heel. And besides, let's say, for an instance, that they're going to wait for Steiner Jr. to be more prepared to actually win the World Heavyweight Championship, but they have to feed Punk with someone. And who better to do that? This guy right here. But at the same time, I'm also thinking that Cody also needs to be fed some good heels. And who would better than that to do that than this guy over here, Chris Jericho. So I think he's going to have title runs in WWE, both in Raw and a SmackDown, but he's not winning any major belts. But he's going to be a feeder for the WWE champion and the World Heavyweight champion. My prediction, great year 2026 for Jericho in WWE, not on AEW. Your call, Ecuadragon.
Chris Jericho will definitely come back to the WWE. There's no way that he'll be returning to AEW because he did everything in AEW. He went face, heel, et cetera, et cetera. He had his own stable. He became the first AEW world champion. He has nothing to prove. He doesn't need to go back to the company that people think that he did grew AEW. Agree and disagree. But he's definitely coming back to WWE. From what I'm hearing, that he might make a retirement tour, which I know that there's no way that this guy's going to retire because he's not going to do it yet. But there's words going around that he might. There's words going around. They're planning a storyline of a retirement tour for Jericho. Maybe a storyline or probably legit, but there's no confirmation of Jericho retiring. However, I think he might probably stay for a couple of years with the WWE, maybe feud a couple of new generation of wrestlers. You guys remember the last Settle Zensura that I mentioned that if Chris Jericho shows up, we want to see him and Joe Hendry feud? Mm-hmm. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Now that will be a wonderful year this year. If he shows up, he can feud with CM Punk. Maybe, you don't know, maybe he might make a little appearance in NXT because Joe Hendry is in NXT. He's not in the main roster yet because he did make appearances in SmackDown. Why not he make a little trip to NXT? He never been to NXT. Chris Jericho. But I wouldn't mind seeing him feuding with Joe Hendry, of course, with Cody Rhodes. I don't remember that he did feud with Cody Rhodes back when Cody was not the Cody we know from many years ago. But I would love to see him feud with CM Punk, with Cody Rhodes, probably go to the run for the World Heavyweight title, for the WWE title, which I don't think he will never win that title. Again, but the World Heavyweight title, maybe. He might probably give a little run for it, maybe a couple of months until he drops it off. Because he never won the Constellation Championship. I'm sorry, Dorian, but it's still the Constellation title. But the thing is that he might probably win it, probably a couple of months, then he drops it. And that's my prediction, man. I think that he'll return to the WWE. A couple of feuds with some new wrestlers, new generation of wrestlers who are coming from NXT, joining the main roster. He might probably make some feud out of it, make a little trip to NXT. But I hope WWE is listening that we want to see a Joe Hendry, Chris Jericho feud because that would probably might be the best feud of the year. Now imagine that. Both of them wrestling, both of them musicians, talking trash. They know how to make music. But Joe Hendry, he's pretty good at it. writing songs about talking shit because Chris Jericho, he's just a singer. He's an artist. We never heard him sing a song about a wrestler. He just sings. But Joe Hendry, I can imagine whatever roast that he'll give to Chris Jericho in the WWE. So Chris Jericho definitely staying. He's coming to the WWE. I want to see a Joe Hendry versus Chris Jericho.
You smell that, guys? You smell that? That's a smell of money. DRC,
because it's such good shit. Because it is good shit. With a lot of money. Yeah, pal. All right.
Okay, so let's start off with Chris Jericho. All right, so yeah, Jericho is definitely not coming back to AEW because he's done it all. What else are you going to do with the man that he's already gave 7 years in the company that he built to win the world champion because he's established and helped getting TV deals and everything because he's already done it and took time and opportunity that he does the Chris Jericho tour to bring talent from AEW, bring talents from independents and everything. So you give the men's flowers for all the stuff that he did for them. Now, for now the 2026, he's thinking, all right, I done it all for AEW. So what am I gonna do? Should I go back to the company that WCW didn't give me the chance, and that they gave me everything that I've been established to be in the company? So I feel like the time for him that coming back. Hopefully in the Royal Rumble to open up to there and maybe start a feud because I would love to see that in Joe Hendry because that's money right there. And you know who else is also money? Because if he comes back from a quote unquote injury and all stuff, LA Knight. This should be an interesting one with Jericho and LA Knight feud maybe at WrestleMania. So that's something I want to see. But here's another thing too. Don't forget, there's another company. It's coming next Thursday that's going to be an AMC. Maybe one if he goes to TNA to get a little rub for a bit, He could go to NXT as well. You think about it. Maybe if Joe Hendry, by the way, you mentioned, is still in NXT because there's more, and we could talk about it if that's going to be the topic we're going to talk about it. But I feel like if Jericho wants to do a little something impressive, because he does. He's a million of creator, self-created and everything. And I think for me, I will hopefully he goes is to TNA, just to make it say, surprise, I'm not in WWE, I'm in TNA. And then he'll appear in NXT, just like the Hardys,
Mm-hmm. That will be
let's do that. I'll put him in, say, maybe in TNA and put it for AMC to make it a presentation. Maybe win some titles there for a couple of rub,
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Okay, we're keeping up with the comments here at the Era 2000. Y2J against some of the luchadores. Penta, Dragon League setup would be great. That rivalry against Ray in 09 was amazing. They even had a match when they came to Guayaquil. Of course.
I didn't do that.
Yeah,
Interesting.
It was one of the tours. So
I was not aware of that. Yeah. Speaking of TNA, I'm sorry, Hollywood. Speaking of TNA, I mean, I know Dorian mentioned TNA. We all know that since we're live right now, there's New Year's Evil going on right now live. You don't know what's going to happen at the main event, so I'm looking forward to see that after the stream. I mean, you may never know. He might have the youngest NXT champion in history, a double champion.
Or during the stream. Yep.
Yeah,
we'll see about that. Now, speaking of TNA, we're gonna jump from AEW. We're gonna go into total non-stop action territory, and let's see what the New Year's prediction is for this guy over here, Mike Santana, a guy who everybody has a lot of faith still to be the face of total non-stop action. But I'm still saying, guys, you dropped the ball on him. I mean, he was the next coming to Joe Hendry, but I still believe that somehow he can pull it off. I predict a good year for him. Not exactly as the world champion, but perhaps jumping ship to some other place where perhaps he could be more valuable. A certain former gold brand, maybe not. Who knows? A lot of guys I understand are going to ship from TNA to the WWE. Perhaps Mike is one of them. But in the meantime, we'll see what happens. But unfortunately, I don't see him as the world champion once again. Unfortunately. I'm sorry. He has the tools. He has the mic. He has the potential. He has the charisma. But somehow, I feel that he's not going to become the world champion again. If I'm wrong, I'll be glad to be proven wrong. But so far, I predict that he's going to have a great year in wrestling, maybe win some titles outside of TNA, but I don't see him becoming TNA world champion this year. DRC, I'm starting up with you this time.
All right. So, I feel like, okay, he is already announced to talk about that coming live for AMC. Originally was supposed to have it at the next pay-per-view, and they changed it, so he thinks, okay, this is going to be my time to shine to definitely bring back the title home to where he's not supposed to lose and all stuff, which is, I say, they completely dropped the ball on him since New York, because that should have been the time moment for him to win the belt right there. But instead, it just, like I said, I feel like the WWE machine is kind of the responsible that they made him do this thing, and it's completely ridiculous and BS and all that stuff. So now I'm hoping I don't see the faction of them coming to interrupt while he's going to try to win back the belt against Frankie Kazarian. I see him holding the title. Hopefully give him a lot of time before the summertime, because I feel like if we're going to talk about Santana, I feel like Santana by the end of 2026, he'll be on NXT bound, and not WWE yet, but NXT, I will see him to go right there. And I feel like, are we still talking about Mike Santana, or can we talk about the other talents?
Go.
All right, I got two people in mind.
Okay.
Moose going to WWE.
Okay.
And I'm going to go ballsy. I'm going to go ballsy on this part.
Mm-hmm.
The Diamante. The Diamante of the knockout.
That's a Blanchard.
I'm going to put ballsy on this one. Her going to NXT.
Okay. We'll hold on to that. Just hold on for a sec.
So that's it.
Your say on Mike Santana.
Mike Santana, I'll give him another year in TNA. And you know what? I understand and I respect your opinion, Hollywood, about not seeing him as a world champion. I got a feeling he'd take another crack for another world title run. I see him like leaving TNA at the end of the year as a two-time TNA world champion. I mean, he worked his ass out to become who he is while he was in AEW as a solo performer before he went back to House of Glory and doing all those things. I mean, Dorian knows what I'm talking about. He worked his ass out over the years as a tag team wrestler and then a singles
wrestler. Were you there when he hugged me?
Say that again?
Were you there when he hugged me? Remember, like when he celebrated, he was like wearing the Puerto Rico flag shorts, and he hugged it out. It's like, "Yo, what's up?" I told him I'm proud of him.
Oh wait, you mean when he won the House of Glory heavyweight title?
No, not well. It's like during the time when but he was just like having fun and then with the
when he was tag team champion, when he was teaming Ortiz.
No. This is like during when he's in the single run, and then when we just bumped into him, he just come up to me and hugged me. I think you were there.
That, man. I think I was there, but I missed it there, man. I think I was like somewhere else. I forgot. But anyway, Mike, I think I got a feeling he'll become TNA world champion once again by the end of 2026. I mean, by the end of 2026, he'll be heading out to NXT next year. Because when he arrived to NXT, the reception was really strong. People were happy to see this man showing up in the WWE area. I mean, in the WWE ring, the NXT ring, and people love this guy. And I could see this guy becoming a bigger star in NXT. For the main roster, I'm not really sure because got to give it some time. But I could see him like becoming a TNA world champion once again. and that's my prediction for Mike Santana. As for the other talent, maybe we might talk about it later on because Dorian did mention about Moose and Tessa. I'll talk about that later since you're the one who's in charge of putting up the subject. But Mike definitely becoming champion this year, and he might be leaving TNA by the end of 2026.
Okay, just a little reminder for everyone here that we are once again on Facebook, so you can follow us over there on www.facebook.com/ringside Still not operational for the live feed, but hopefully it's going to get it fixed real soon. So once again, they are up and running with the news. We just posted a news about Hulk Hogan, so you can follow that there. Also on Instagram by the same account. Say his name. You already said it, and he appears right now. I think I froze. Well, anyway, so bear with us, folks. I just had a technical difficulty. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you. Your frame is frozen, but I can hear you. I can hear you. Yeah.
Don't worry. Okay. So I'm gonna have to rewind this so I can get back. In the meantime, what are the predictions for Joe Hendry? Right. Well, that was when he was TNA champion. That was his WrestleMania entrance. So what is 2026? What is it going to be for Joe Hendry? Equa Dragon, your call.
Joe Hendry is going to go to the main roster. He's definitely going to go to the main roster probably by the middle of 2026. He looks really comfortable, and he looks perfect in SmackDown. I mean, the color like white and blue, it fits him perfectly in the world of SmackDown. And I can see this guy becoming he might start as a mid-card champion because I don't see this guy, grabbing the WWE title. Not yet, man. It's going to give some time. I mean, I'm happy that he did become TNA World Champion last year, and it was amazing seeing this guy winning the big one, then debuting at the Rumble, then at WrestleMania. He had an amazing year, and then finally signing with the WWE at the end of 2025. This year, I'm just hoping that he wins, since he's on SmackDown, maybe he might probably win the United States title, or maybe he might probably invade Raw and probably get the IC title. And also, I didn't mention also that I'm hoping, once again, in the early conversation and from the previous stream, hopefully Joe Hendry feud with the returning Chris Jericho. I want to see that. I'm saying it over and over. I've been thinking about it for the past couple of weeks and the past month, seeing this man feuding with Y2J, whatever insults, whatever he has in mind. Joe Hendry, I know he's going to be probably bigger and bigger in the WWE this year in 2026. I might see him as a future United States champion, future IC champion. He might probably get it because he is getting really, really over. You saw what happened on SmackDown 2 weeks ago on the Christmas special. He was very, very over. I mean, and people loved him. People really love this guy. He's getting over. But becoming a top champion, not yet. I mean, he just started coming with the company. And I could see this guy probably winning a mid-card title, feuding with a couple of other superstars, probably some NXT stars who are joining SmackDown and Raw. We don't know. I mean, hey, guess what? His old rival, Trick Williams, he's on SmackDown. We might reignite that feud once again on SmackDown. But we all know some business about Trick Williams later on. But Joe Hendry, I might see him becoming more of a rising star once again in WWE, and hopefully feuding with Chris Jericho, which hopefully becoming the biggest feud in 2026.
Okay, DRC, your call.
Well, USA already claimed for Joe Hendry to come to SmackDown because remember, it's going to be at 3 hours. 3 hours on SmackDown every Friday. So what better way to add in your SmackDown talents than having Joe Hendry being part of the main roster? I wish he would stay in NXT a little bit longer so he at least win the belt right there. But I think now that main roster call-up has already been done, I got my heads up already from there. They said Joe Henry's heading to the main roster, so he's going to finish up NXT, I think, in 2 weeks, then Royal Rumble, and then he's main roster bound to be on SmackDown. So they already have plans for him to do some SmackDown programs. I don't think the Miz is one thing. Maybe other ones like Aleister Black, or maybe with the FTA the Solo Cocoa group and all, maybe to entertain and stuff. And remember the Indies. Remember in the Indies. Saluda Danny. El Papucho. I'm Drew. Da da dee da 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 dee da Drew. Da da da. So let's hope that we can see it again with this. And prediction for him title, I think maybe for a title.
I remember that. Oh my god.
Yeah, as the title, U.S. title, I will hold it off because right now the main thing is Carmelo holding it, and I think Trick Williams is going to have a feud pretty soon with that. And then after that, and I think if Jacob Fatu comes back, and maybe it'd be an interesting thing for him, or Jacob moving to Raw. That's what I would probably see him going forward. But Joe Henry for U.S. title, I think I will hold up for a while because you got so many talent right now. You got a lot of them that's already coming up. We'll talk about it, but I can see Joe Henry just to be main roster bound. That's the main thing. That's it.
For me, I agree with you guys. I just hope they don't burn him quickly with a world title match. Fortunately, the world champions right now are faces, Punk and Cody. But since he's going to SmackDown, I don't think there's going to be any problem by saying, "Oh, we can hold this guy up a little bit because Cody right now is the WWE champion." So that's taken care of. Now, as a U.S. champion, definitely, but also not right now. Way too soon. He's going to start off comical because that's apparently what he's doing. He's gonna have a little run-in with a little run-in shenanigans with Ronda Truth Killings. Giving the Miz a hard
tag team.
Yes, They're gonna start off as a tag team with
I believe that.
He's gonna have some fun. He's gonna have some fun. His starting run is gonna be a funny one. It's gonna be very fun. But then he's gonna turn up very serious. Then he's gonna go into transition because he can't be comedy for forever, you know, and not in the WWE if you want to take it seriously. He's over. He's very, very over, but he has to keep it up with the other guys, or else he's gonna be sitting on in mid card, and I don't think people want that to happen. So WWE has a big fish right now in his pond, so they better really, really take care of him. But right now, he's going to be having some fun. He's going to sing some songs, perhaps win the tag team championship with Ronda Truth Killings. I don't know, but he's going to have a funny start. Let's just say that. He's going to have a fun start, and then we'll see where he goes from there. Comments. Aditudera. Watching Austin's interview from today where he said he could be ready for another match. Man, him versus Punk has to happen. WrestleMania needs another larger-than-life match immediately. It's been a while. Austin versus Punk. Do we really want to see that? Do we really want to see Punk versus Austin? I'll start off. No way. I don't want to see it. And first of all, Austin can't run anymore. Austin is out, completely out. He couldn't even run on fumes if he wanted to. He's out. And Punk, after last night with Steiner, no.
He's gassed out.
No.
Yep.
Forget it. It's like watching Piper
I was there.
over again. No. Not to me. It doesn't work for me, brother.
Yeah.
So I guess
actually though, man, they should have done that shit back in 2012. I mean, I don't know if you guys remember when they were promoting WWE 2K, WWE 13, that game when they were promoting the Attitude Era, there's CM Punk and Austin.
Yep.
That should have been done like fucking 12 years ago. 12, 13 years ago. They should have done that because Austin was like, even though he was retired and he had the knee braces still and stuff like that, he was long retired, but they should have done that a long time ago. Punk was still with the company even when he made his return to the WWE, which we thought he was gone because of his contract. That should have been the perfect time for Austin versus CM Punk. But to see Austin again in the ring, from what we saw like 2 years, from what we saw 2 years, from 4 years ago, maybe you want to do that.
You do us a favor if you don't. You be doing us a favor.
That's what I was going to say. Maybe it's better off put it on the video game and do that. Because the last time we saw Austin wrestling, he wasn't like himself. He just walked a little bit. He did some punches and stuff like that. But against Kevin Owens, I mean, it was all right. I mean, it was for entertainment. It was fun to watch. But no, we're not going to see that. As for CM Punk, yes. As we're Dorian watching it live last night on Raw, and I watched it on Raw, the man, he looked exhausted. He looked tired. Braun Breaker, this kid, man, you saw how this kid was running the ropes, like in full speed. He made Punk exhausted, tired, like he couldn't keep up with this kid. They should have dropped that title last night, but we all know he will become World Heavyweight Champion very, very soon, but not last night, not at the Rumble. We don't know.
Not for free. Not for free.
Exactly. Not for free. So Punk, Austin, like better off on the stimulation, maybe on a video on the WWE 2K game. Maybe you guys could probably do that and fantasize that shit. So the answer is no. We don't want to see that. Sorry. Should have done it in 2012, but it's too late.
Exactly.
Dorian?
No, I mean, look, I saw the interview. As much as, if it was 20 years, yes, but unfortunately, his time has already come. And plus, last night, look, mind you, I was there at Brooklyn, and Punk is look, I'm a huge Punk fan, but he's outgassed it that he can't, he's doing his best to keep up the pace. And Steiner Jr., kind of need to slow down a little bit, because I know this is the moment for you to shine, to say, okay, I'm gonna belong to the main event. He nearly almost got hit the second time. This is what happened in Survivor Series. And now last night, and we were like, all of us, we were watching. I was sitting next to a big guy right here, and I'm like, fuck, damn, hopefully that he's not concussed, and I'm concerned. But I heard the news report, they said somebody's in the protocol. They said Steiner or Io, one of them got concussed.
Oh man!
So I didn't hear.
I'm sorry. I really found disrespectful one thing about the match. Steiner gives us a clean match. He's 100% perfect on his matches. He doesn't miss a spot. He doesn't miss a punch. He doesn't miss anything. Why would people say you effed up? Of all the people, you can say that to J.O. saying I wouldn't fly a fig. But Steiner say chant UF up. It's like, guys.
I didn't hear that.
I did.
Talk about over there?
I did hear it. Watch the video.
I probably wasn't the other people, and we didn't hear none of that. We're fucked up. I mean, I was there. But the Stephanie one, let me tell you, everybody's like chanting what a Stephanie, because they're like, what are you talking about? Because she's talking Spanish. And I'm like, what are you doing? And I'm looking at this. It's like,
that's why I said yesterday. Let's just go on a loop a little bit here.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
On a loop a little bit here. Okay. Yesterday, I was reviewing that, and I'm kind of like baffled over the fact that, guys, we all know, all of us who have been in the business, we all know that there are producers in each segment. You have a producer for each segment. You're supposed to tell your talent, okay, so where are we right now? We're in New York. How much of Spanish are you going to speak? Well, most of my promo, 99% of the promo is going to be in Spanish. As the producer I would have said, no, Steph, you can't do that because you're in a non-Spanish speaking city. You need to do this, the leverage. In certain cities, you can talk this much in Spanish because there are Latinos over there. and this is much of English you're gonna have to talk because everybody else understands it. In other
Mhm.
places, 50-50, both English and Spanish, no problem. But there are
Mhm.
other places which are not very Latino rich. So
Yeah,
therefore,
yeah.
you have to tune up your English and low down your Spanish so it can be more understandable and you don't have this, what is she talking about? Because she had no reaction to her promo whatsoever. The only
Mhm.
moment that she had a pop was when she pronounced Raquel Rodriguez, Nikki Vela, and Liv Morgan, and that was it. The rest, even I, who am a Spanish speaker, I'm a Latino myself, I was kind of like, what are you doing? Why are you
I
speaking
mean,
Mhm.
Spanish? Why are you speaking Spanish? Speak English.
and
I mean,
people would be next to me were telling me, what did she say? What did she say? And I had to translate, explain what she said. And I'm telling them, I say, I don't know why they put her in the Spanish situation. Put more in the English and then a little bit of Spanish, just like Penta does. Penta understand what he's supposed to do. He speaks fluent
Mhm.
English very well. And you got
Yep.
Dragon Lee, you got Rey Mysterio, and you got them that they speak it. And look, Julia, let's talk about Julia. Julia is more fluent in the language. I don't know why they dropped the ball on her on that. That's another problem because she could speak fluent English. She could defend herself, but they're making the opposite. They're making think Stephanie can speak perfectly fluent. Stephanie, not too much. I saw the interview with Chris Dragon Lee. It's like she talks a little here
Mhm.
and there, like that, you know?
mm-hmm.
Even
You
Eo's
know, I just
better.
don't,
Even
no,
Eo's better.
uh, I just don't understand why that in Brooklyn they saying what, and it's funny because we know there's a lot of there's some Latino, half the population in Brooklyn are Latinos, and they're saying what? I didn't hear any what when I was like, when I was watching
No,
on Raw. I didn't hear no what, man.
nobody
Like
chanted
I
it.
didn't
Nobody
listen to it.
chanted it. It's just the fact that she didn't have that nobody reacted to her interview.
Yeah,
Nobody
exactly.
reacted
And
to it.
you know what? Like and I agree with Dorian. I agree with what you said, man. Like, I did her English. I mean, her English is not bad. It's just that like
It's a little
she
chunky.
needs to like speak.
It's a
She
little
needs to, yeah, yeah,
Be
exactly.
free.
It's
Be
like
free in
it's
English.
like she it's like her it's like when she starts to pro with English and then switches to Spanish, and the majority is all Spanish, 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 and then to English, like probably like in a couple of sentences, and then back to more Spanish. I get it, but the thing is that she needs to brush up a little bit. Now you mentioned Julia. Now it's shocking to me that the last time I saw Julia spoke in English, it was flawless. Like it was very good. She was practicing so well. I saw that promo when she was like talking against I think either Jade or Chelsea. And no, it was Chelsea. And her English was very good. And now people, just in case nobody knows about this, but hear me out. Now she's half Japanese and half Italian. She was born in the United Kingdom, but that doesn't mean that she speaks English. No, I mean, let me make this quick. I mean, just a little background. She was born in England. She came to Japan when she was 1 year old. She only spoke English. I mean, no, she spoke Italian and Japanese. Many years later, like probably like in almost to the end of her career in stardom, she started practicing in English. She did practice in English in Japan, and then when she came to America, she studied so quickly. That explains why she has Kiana James just become her mouthpiece, while Julia could focus backstage on her English. And look what happened. Her English, I understood her 100%, but got to give some more time because this girl, she does have a future. Like people were talking about her like for the past 2 years. That, this girl could be big in WWE. Of course, she could be big in WWE. It's just her promos. You got to practice. I mean, her English, has to go like a little bit more. But it's better than Stephanie's. I'm sorry to say this, but Julia's English is better
I
than
gotta agree with you.
Stephanie's. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but like, and I'm shocked. I'm shocked that they're not pushing this woman well, man. Like, look at her, man. If you watch her matches in Stardom, she's fucking brutal. And her promos in Japanese, I don't even understand Japanese. I read the translation. She's fucking good. Convincing, like conviction,
I will
authority.
move with the Raw. I will move with the Raw
Yeah,
because
you know what?
unfortunately
Yeah, go ahead.
Road Dogg failed that one. Road Dogg failed that shit.
Road Dogg has been doing some fucked up shit like for the past couple of years as a fucking producer in SmackDown, man. Like I don't understand why that just called this new fucking era from Triple H. And look what happened in 2025. But for Julia, man, they need to push her, man. I mean, like she became NXT champion. NXT champion over there in NXT. Now she's United States champion once again, twice. She needs to become champion once. I mean, she needs to be World Women's Champion. I mean, WWE champion, but not yet. Or maybe the World Women's Champion
More to Raw.
On Raw. She needs to go to Raw. Yeah, absolutely. She needs to go to Raw. For Stephanie, like I don't know, man. I know they push Stephanie because I mean, she has the look, she can wrestle, but Julia is a whole different level. She's way different than that, man. And you know that. I would love to see a Stephanie and Julia feud once again in the main roster, but in the end of the day, man, Julia is more convincing and more understandable than Stephanie. I love Stephanie. I've been a fan of Stephanie since I first saw her in CMML and also in New Japan Strong, but pushing her too fast last year, is way too soon. Same goes for Julia, but Stephanie needs to like brush up her English a little bit more. They should have put Julia in the front instead.
Well, yeah. we can only hope and say so much. Dice Addison Baker needs to make that kind of English translation gimmick again. Indeed.
Oh, come on, man.
that was really enough for Sho Funaki. Don't put that on staff. No, that guy. Don't put that. Don't put that, man. And you know what? I know we're going to talk about AEW, NXT, and TNA, and WWE. If you're going to talk about New Japan, I definitely want to talk about some of the New Japan guys who might be comfortable to go to WWE, and he's pure evil. So there you go. Well, speaking of New Japan, somebody who's jumping ships between New Japan and AEW happens to be this gentleman over here who had a hell of a night on Wrestle Kingdom. So what are Rainmaker? Tremendous. I'll leave it to you guys because I am not that very well founded on New Japan guys. So I'm gonna leave it to you to predict what's gonna happen to the Rainmaker in this year. I'm starting off with you, Ecuadragon, this time.
All right. Now, before I move on with New Japan, this is off the subject, but this is part of New Japan. I got some kind of a surprise for everybody else for this at Ringside Ecuador and also for the viewers out there. You know that I have the IWGP World Heavyweight title, but I got something to show you guys before I can do my prediction for some of the New Japan guys. Okay. Now, as you know, I do possess the South American Championship. Dory knows it. He was there when I presented the title in front of Madison Square Garden.
And I took the picture with it.
What happened? Yeah, exactly.
And we took the picture.
Now, yeah, of course. Now, I got this for Christmas, and I want to introduce a brand new title. And I want to debut it right here live on the stream to everybody else.
Okay, hold on. Okay. Hold on.
All right. Good. So it's not a belt. It's not a belt, but guess what? I want to present to you the first time ever the IWGP South American Championship.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice. I like that. And you can see all the flags.
There's all the flags. There's the continent of South America, the IWGP logo in the middle. There it is right here.
I can see my house from there.
And there's my, right there. And also, it's actually a chain. And I'm going to put it on in front of everybody else in the audience. So, yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
And also, you know what? Declare myself the inaugural IWGP South American champion right here on the ring, on this Ringside Ecuador. You guys are the first one to win this. I just want to present it right in front of everybody else.
Oh.
Very awesome. Very awesome presentation.
It's great to have a representative on over New Japan Pro Wrestling. It feels wonderful.
I know.
It feels
and
wonderful.
Also to represent the continent for each and every one of you guys. Todo el mundo en Ecuador, Colombia, Venezuela, Argentina, Chile, todo ahí, representando a todos. Lo quiero. But now, let's get
Let's
back
go.
to business about the man himself, the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada, who had a wonderful night, a memorable night. I saw the match. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful against Tanahashi. I understand that Nakamura couldn't make it to New Japan due to something with the Fed, but having somebody else for a backup who is the second rival to Tanahashi is perfect. It's magnificent. And seeing the main event against Tanahashi, I will never forget it. Very emotional. If you guys saw, like, the end of the match, all the other past rivals of Tanahashi was amazing. Now, Okada's prediction for the future, he is definitely staying AEW. I can see this guy probably, hopefully, becoming the first ever Japanese AEW world champion, because look at this guy, former IWGP heavyweight champion, world heavyweight champion. He's funny as hell. I mean, when he came to AEW and getting along with the Bucks, I mean, I thought it was going to be some comedy gimmick, but he played off so well. Like, it's still hilarious that this guy, every time when you give him a button, he's going to press the wrong button. And and people are like getting upset that we want to see the Okada from New Japan. Of course, I mean, like, I understand. I know the pain for everybody else. They want to see the New Japan, the Okada of New Japan. I mean, there's some parts that on some of the matches in AEW that we see Okada wrestle like the New Japan Okada in an AEW ring. He's still there. It's just that we want to see this man like get more, more of his New Japan style. But Okada, man, like, I could see this guy probably like becoming AEW world champion. Hopefully, like by the middle of 2026, maybe feuding with some of his old rivals. I know he's still with the Don Callis family. I'm not going to see this. I definitely don't see him like leaving the Fallis family. I mean, I call it the Fallis family because it's a joke from Jim Cornette. But I think you see him representing. I see this guy feuding with Takeshita because I know you guys don't watch a lot of AEW, but you've been hearing about him and Takeshita hating each other. They don't like each other. They want to kill each other, and they're in the same feud. They did had a great match at World's End a couple of weeks ago. But Okada, man, like, he'll be going back and forth, like, wrestling more in AEW, wrestling in New Japan. I don't think he's going to go waste his time going to Ring of Honor, which Ring of Honor is owned by AEW. But I see this guy like, getting to big feuds, maybe feuding again with Swerve Strickland. I don't know about Hangman Adam Page because I've been hearing what's going on right now with the feud with the other wrestlers in AEW. But Okada, future AEW world champion, and I see a lot of bright futures for this man. So, nothing big about Okada, but future AEW world champion. Enough said.
DRC, your call.
Oh, one thing I would say about the Rainmaker, let it pour rain. Rain for the year AEW. I had to say he had a great year, 2025 for him. Dude got the international champion and he got the continental champion, and it kind of unified the unified champion. It don't make no damn sense, to be honest with you, gentlemen. But he had a great year, and he entertained me with the Bucks. And I love the impression that him saying, bitch. And with him with the Fallis family, I'd rather him be out of there and have his own faction. But you know what? I'm okay with him with Don Callis, And do I see him win the AEW champion? Me personally, guys, I would put the title on him right now or later on. But unfortunately, I feel like they're not putting the title at the moment right now because, one, they're going to have to focus with the MJF. Will Ospreay, if he's healthy, they're gonna
Yeah.
put a feud with him. Um, a feud with him for the All In this year in London. So we'll see after when Will Ospreay wins it, if he's gonna get the title shot and hopefully win it by the end of the year. If not, I see 2027 him being the AEW champion. Not this year, unfortunately, because I see the booking that they're going to focus on the MJF, Will Ospreay, and then whatever comes later on. And if they could do, there probably will be time for him to get it next year.
Well, we'll see how that gets handled. And there's one thing that really bothers me about AEW. We're still on AEW, by the way. And I would like to. There's one, a lot of people just want to see, for example, in WWE, the Judgment Day finally break up. They all wanted to break up. I'm not that tired of. I'm not that tired of them. But there's an actual group that I am really, 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 really tired. And these guys are here.
Oh my God.
This.
Oh my God.
This is one too many. This is one too many.
Oh
too
Lord.
many eggs. I'm sorry. I'm sorry more for Claudio than everybody else. But I have had just about enough of the Beth Riders, the Blackpool Combat Club, whatever you want to call it nowadays. But guys, get it over with. I mean, come on. This is way too much.
Please.
Way too much. My prediction.
They need to
Split
end
them
this
up
shit now.
and just send it to the trash can. No more. Come on. No more. Get it over with.
No more.
Your call.
Yeah. Every time when I see that shit, it just irritates me. I mean, I thought they were cool and all until they turned heel, and then when they kidnapped the world title for the past 9 months in a fucking briefcase, and I'm getting sick of it. And by the way, to this day, I don't care how Moxley looks. In the end of the day, I still see him as the plumber. They call him Dick the Bruiser. They call him this name, but I still call him Plumber Moxley. And his Death Riders, I still call it as the Moxley Plumbing Industries. They still are. Now, jokes aside, I got a feeling that Moxley, and I've been hearing about it. I mean, I don't know if you guys watch World's End, but Moxley turned heel. I mean, no, turn face. I'm sorry, turn face or a tweener. I don't know what the hell that kind of speech they said.
Yeah.
I just don't understand. Like, didn't this man said that he wants to destroy AEW, and now he's doing a freaking hoorah whatever speech after he won the Continental Classic tournament? Like, what the fuck is this? Now,
it's AEW.
My prediction is that Mox is going to get kicked out of his own stable, and Pac is going to be the new leader, because ever since Pac came back, he became more ruthless. He's been talking like more serious shit. Moxley, like ever since he lost that title, ever since he's been losing to Kyle O'Reilly and losing to matches by submission, I could realize that Moxley is gonna turn to a new leaf. He's gonna turn face. The Death Riders, man, I don't know. Like breaking them up, maybe they might probably like lose probably a couple of members, and Pac might be teaming up. Wait, I don't know about Claudio. Either Claudio might join forces with Pac along with Wheeler Useless, because Useless is the most. You know what? They should kick out Wheeler Yuta, because the last time when I heard that when someone wants to fight with Pac or Moxley, this man said, "Oh, you want to go after them? You got to go through me." I wanted to laugh at his fucking face. I mean, like, seriously, dude? Yeah. Now, I wish that Hollywood. I wish you could probably put that little meme that we always laughed our asses at when it comes with Scarlett and Killer Cross saying that. Oh, yeah. I wish I could put that on, man. That'd be hysterical, because
that was left out on 2024-25. So let's just.
Oh yeah, I know that, but it's still funny to this day. It's still hysterical, but still, like when he said that shit, I just wanted to laugh at his fucking face. I mean, people fucking hate this guy. Even in Philadelphia, where he's from, laugh at his. I mean, they just hate this fucker right there.
I can see it right now. I can just imagine it right now. Look, Scarlett, as Murph actually got in front of my face.
He's like, Wheeler useless.
Can you believe the nerve of this dwarf? I think you're even taller than him.
There you go, man. Oh my God, he's like Wheeler useless. Oh wow, yeah, he's the toughest member of the plumbing industry. I mean, that's so adorable. That's really cute, man. Wheeler useless. You know, with the long hair, with the shaggy face, and all that stuff. He needs to cut that shit off, man, because it doesn't look intimidating. He looks like they picked him up from the streets. Are you sure he's a fucking wrestler or something, man? Or a bum wrestler from the backyard, man? Like who has no experience in pro wrestling. But
somebody give him.
I just don't get it, man. I mean, maybe I'll give him $50. Just go to the barbershop and just fix himself and call that shit up. Leave that to me because I'm letting myself grow. I know how to trim anyway. So, but so my prediction is this: Moxley is going to get kicked out of the Death Riders. Pac is going to be the new leader of Moxley Plumbing Industries, and that's going to happen in 2026 because Moxley is becoming soft. He's not becoming ruthless anymore. He gave that ridiculous face promo on World's End. I'm like, what the fuck is this, man? So he's gone. Pac is in as the new leader for the Death Riders. That's my prediction.
DRC, your thoughts for the plumbing company over here?
He should have been moved on already to a single now. I mean,
yeah.
Me personally, I wasn't happy about him winning the thing because I would have, you know what, I would have done this. Tony dropped the ball on this one. He could have got kicked out, huh?
Again?
He could have kicked out him before the tournament. The tournament would have been a perfect redemption to say F you to them, to doubting me and say, hey, I won this, and then you kicked me out, and then to show that you lost me and you do. But nope. So now they're going to hold it off. I don't know when. It's going to be the timing that you see everybody there, and the only person that wasn't there was Pac. So when Pac comes back, celebrate and all, and then the whole Riders or the Plumbing Moxley thing will attack him and kick him out of the group. And what do I see with this whole thing and all? I mean, I don't see him world champion now because, like I said, I was telling you what the plan is going to be for the 2026. Hopefully nobody gets hurt. So let's just hope that nobody gets hurt. So him, maybe now he got that title, the Continental title, hold it up, and then Pac probably going to win that one. So it makes no sense with this whole thing, but what are you going to do? Because this is AEW. Everybody gets the participation trophy. It makes no sense. But other than that, that's what I call it because everybody has a belt. It makes no sense. So all people had belts and added a belt, and added a belt.
D-Man,
and I'm looking.
It's Birdnest Can's house. What did you expect?
Yeah, that's my issue with that. That's my issue with that.
Yeah. Before I'm sorry to cut you off. Take a look at the hobo in the corner. I don't know why am I having this little song called "Shaving a Haircut."
Yeah.
Somebody's giving a haircut to this guy because he really needs it. Somebody give him a quarter, $5 or something, $1. Get him shaved. This guy looks like a hobo. I mean, do they have etiquette on AEW? What am I? Oh my God! What am I saying? What am I asking? Who am I asking? Jesus! But wait. Oh well. My expectation for these idiots: get that shit over with, please.
Yeah.
Do us a favor. Get that shit over with.
And they need to get rid of it. It's. I mean, like, you know what? If I ever go to an AEW show and I see this fucker walking past the by the audience and shit, I'm gonna bring like Head and Shoulders or whatever, like maybe like some clippers and stuff. I'm like, hey, Wheeler, here.
Use this. You can use this.
Use this.
I mean, I use this, man. You look better. Like you look better, well groomed before you joined the plumbing industry, man. Like for fuck's sake, like I remember when he looked fine and shit, but he looked like a generic wrestler. Like before he joined the plumbing industry and let his hair grow and all that shit. I mean, like the
And look at Pac now.
The kid is a good wrestler, man. The kid is a good wrestler. I seen him wrestle like at the best of the Super Juniors. He was really good. He wasn't over, but people liked him because he's half Japanese.
Oh, he's a talent. He's a talent, no doubt. But he needs to get rid of this goofy look.
He's just, dude. He's just a punching bag for Moxley, man. For the Moxley group. That's it. Like ever since
I feel like I'm watching the Raven flock.
I mean, yeah, I know. I mean, you got to quote. Yo, for quote,
Kidman.
You gotta quote Raven. Say no more. Say no more. I mean, say no more from Moxley, man. Like for fuck's sakes, like, oh my god. Like every time I see this guy, like when he speaks, it makes me laugh. But I don't know if you were listening, but do you remember what this motherfucker said on television? He told, I think, Hangman or whoever, man, he said, "Oh, you want to go through? You want to get to Mox? You got to get through me." I'm like,
Look, guys, it's Hefty Smurf. Unbelievable, he actually exists.
Like I remember that I was watching Saw Monster and JD. They were fucking laughing their asses out. They were just dying, like they were cracking up. Like, is this motherfucker?
When I was listening to that too, I was like, "What?
Is this for
like
real?
seriously? Like, dude, you stop you."
I can hear someone talking, but I don't know who it is.
I mean, and it's not, and yeah, I can hear somebody talking, but John Cena is gone, so I guess he's the new John Cena. Except he's not that great. I mean, kid, like seriously though.
Hey Wheeler, Wheeler, 2015 call, and it's Plain O'Brien. He wants his beer back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. And he tried to do that damn knee attack, man. Like, no, fuck you, man. Leave that to the man himself. So he ain't no American Dragon.
Don't read
this fucking guy, man.
Okay.
Let's go for a while because we're gonna keep roasting this fucking right there, man. We're gonna keep roasting him.
Jesus Christ. That's the last time I'm bringing up the Death Riders on you guys. Happy New Year, guys. Wish you all the best for 2026. Good wrestling for sure. Dice David Eduardo. Thank you so much. This one's to you, Ecuadragon. Bling, bling. That's a masterpiece around your neck. Congrats, Equa. Yes, of course.
Gracias.
Congratulations, Ecuadragon. You deserve it. Agustín Rosado says.
Thank you. Gracias.
Mr. Hollywood, extraña tu risa de Scarlett y Karen. I may bring that. Tal vez. Si lo requieren, tal vez otra vez ese chiste. Pero mientras tanto, como que.
Pero 2024 fue un año muy bacán. Fue un buen año para nosotros. Me extraño 2024. El año pasado fue una porquería, pero ojalá que este año, el 2026, uno mejor. I know we're speaking Spanish, but I don't give a fuck. So, Spanglish for the win. So, pero me extraño mucho 2024, 2026. Ojalá que sea lo mejor.
Look at the Hollywood's time for the ECW segment. Show them some color like you did yesterday. Yeah, I kind of like did a little peeling here last night while I was calling the reviews, and I got a little color, a little blood. Too bad you guys missed it. Did you see it? You were there.
I missed. I mean, well, like I was on it for a bit, and then I had to do something. I'm sorry. But wait, there was some blood on you, man?
Turn the video. Go back to the video, and you're gonna see it.
All right.
Wait, you bumped and you got into introduction. What happened, right? In the beginning, right?
So you actually went. So you went a little bit on Moxley because Moxley bleeds every time in the match.
Yeah, pero para a mí por lo menos se me justifica porque yo lo hago cada vez que el gallo canta en chino.
¿Sabe qué? Yo prefiero de ECW que de ese porquería de el que está en AEW. Mejor ECW, está bien. Pero yo no lo vi, no me di cuenta.
Sí, yeah, don't worry, no, there's no need to explanation.
I'll watch it later, man.
Going back to the predictions, we're moving on to TNA. You guys talked about her a few minutes ago. Now we're gonna get into the Diamond, La Diamante, Tessa Blanchard. What is the future for Tessa Blanchard? She needs to move on from TNA. She's not being She's not being very well booked over there. I think she can do a lot more, but TNA is wasting her. I have to say, they're definitely wasting her. Now, here's my problem with Tessa. She unfortunately built herself a very, very bad rep. That's the one thing that apparently is stopping her from going somewhere else. Yeah, she's doing fine in TNA, but she should have been the Knockouts champion by now. I mean, she was the first and still the only female world champion of TNA Impact. Don't remind me, but it still is historical. Let's just say that. Just like China with the Intercontinental Championship. But I'm not sure where she's what the future stands for 2026 on Tessa. If she knows what's good for her, then she gotta move from TNA. And I would have loved for her to do much more stuff on TNA. She recently came back, and now she apparently is getting her groove again. But you know, they're just kind of like having her in limbo. They are not even moving forward nor backwards with Tessa. So my take, she better get her act together and go somewhere where she can be appreciated more. Maybe go, I don't know, maybe to New Japan, perhaps try to convince Uncle Tony to let her go into AEW, or perhaps go to Europe or something, or perhaps CML, because I don't think that AAA is going to allow her in. I don't think CML. I correct that. I don't think that CML is not going to want her either. So she's pretty much stuck in limbo. So unless NXT says Sean says, okay, let's bring her in, because I really would love for her to be on NXT. More of her last name than her talent itself, because I would love for her to team up with Charlotte Flair. I don't know. I really don't know what the future holds up for Tessa Blanchard. So I'm going to start with you, Dorian, in this time. What do you see in the future for? What do you see in the future? What do you see for 2026 with Tessa Blanchard?
Well, first off, she's engaged again, right? I would say I think congratulations on the behalf. I'm saying for her. I mean, the girl. Let me tell you this. It's a shame when we, talking about this woman. We met at the event I went. Very down to earth, very cool person with her when she used to date with Ricochet, and I was like, "Damn, this girl got a promise." And I see her perform. I said, "Yo, she got something. She's really is chip up the old block like her father. She has the talent. She has everything as the woman's tool for everything." But unfortunately, a lot of baggage that has been having problem, because they said it's very toxicity, everything that she did, and didn't open up about, like, I was wrong and blah, 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 and all that stuff. But you know what? By working with people and everything that, the rumors there are, you see the changes and everything, but it's forever going to be when people keep saying this whole thing. Sadly, he's not going to let that go, because this is what the thing is going to happen. But my whole thing is that TNA is the reason why, because they not going to give the position that she thinks, going to be in the level. She should be, but it's like everything is backing down from her and all that stuff for this whole thing. Maybe personal thing, and now she just got engaged or married, or I don't know. But I would probably say that I hope, for what I said before in the beginning, I said I will go ballsy on this one. For me personally, I would call Sean and say, give her a little run, give her a little run in NXT. Let's see, give her a chance, and hopefully she'll set it up and all stuff. And if it doesn't work, I'm sorry. Because this is going to be forever your legacy tie, because this is what you should have done, because people don't give a shit about now that you were the first TNA World Heavyweight Champion. And it's unfortunately because everybody already booked that you are like completely toxic. Everybody in the women's locker room all said a lot of bad things about you. So it's unfortunately it's not a good sign of that. And I am looking at this thing and wow. That's all.
I want to see Tessa in WWE. people were saying that you got to bring her in, but they tried. But we all know what happened to all the accusations and all the bullshit that she done for the past couple of years. But yeah, it's really strange that we didn't saw this woman like since last year in TNA. She's been ghosting. She's been like gone, and I just don't understand where she is. She's a hell of a wrestler, very talented. It's just that I just don't understand like why they're like leaving her from the shadows. And I just want to predict that hopefully maybe WWE might probably make an arrangement. Maybe they could work something out. I understand there's some talents who don't like her still, in the likes of Chelsea Green, Jordan Grace, and the list goes on. And like there's some of them who are in WWE and they don't want to see her. They don't want to see this woman in WWE. But maybe they might probably like let this shit go because like that was a long time ago. I mean, she just moved on. I mean, from what you said that she got engaged. She's doing her own thing. But I want to see her in WWE. But if it doesn't come true, if she doesn't show up due to some employees who works there who don't want to see her, probably maybe make some arrangements. Maybe they could talk it out with Tony Khan, maybe after she leaves TNA, because I don't see her staying in TNA for a long time. She might be gone, just like Mike Santana, like the end of 2026. She might be gone.
I'm going to interrupt. We got a new champion, and North American champion, and it's Mrs. Steiner Jr. Shocker. I'm dead serious. It's a shocker because Easy Dame just lost tonight and won at the same time, won the North American champion.
What the fuck? Oh, all right. I gotta watch that later. I gotta watch that later tonight. I'm gonna watch the replay after the show. I mean, after the stream. But anyway, man, that's crazy, bro.
Sorry.
So, no, that's okay. I mean, I hope that we get a new champion at the main event because we all know about. We'll talk about that. I don't know if we're gonna talk about it later about the one and only the Ruler, if you know what I'm talking about. But for Tessa, maybe she might leave TNA at the end of the year. Maybe she might go to AEW. Maybe might do some talks with Tony Khan, like to get her in because I want to see her in WWE. I want to see her so badly in WWE because she has the part. She belongs in that environment. And yes, I want to see a team up with Charlotte before they could go one-on-one. Like, it's the match of the generation, the daughters of the Four Horsemen. Tony Blanchard and Ric Flair, both of them the daughters of two of the most legendary horsemen and two of the most legendary wrestlers in pro wrestling going one-on-one. Hell, I mean, if she does go to WWE and everything works out, maybe in a couple of years we could see these two at WrestleMania. Imagine that. A diamond against another diamond. And
the diamond against
the Queen.
Stage.
The diamond against the Queen.
Well, I see the Queen more diamond of a queen than this diamond right here. But yeah, diamond versus queen is perfect. You know what? That sounds perfect. Putting that quote, diamond versus queen or queen versus diamond at WrestleMania. They put that fucking headline right there at WrestleMania for these two. But I predict that she'll leave TNA and her future is uncertain. She might probably end up in independence. She might make some appearances in Mexico because she's been wrestling a lot in Mexico. A lot. I think she's been going to Mexico more because now she got engaged and her Spanish is more and more fluent because I don't know if you notice that she speaks good Spanish right now because she's been going there for many years. And if this is only if she can't go to WWE, she might go back to Mexico, live with her future husband, might wrestle in let's see, TNA has some partnership with AAA, might wrestle in AAA, or might go to CMLL, wrestle with some AEW wrestlers. You may never know, or go to New Japan, but we don't know about going to New Japan because despite the story going on with Stardom, but this is a new Stardom management right now because Rosie is no longer with Stardom because he has his own company, which it's not going that well, but I don't watch that shit that much anyway. But I think Tessa might probably end up independent because for AEW and WWE, I can't answer that question. It's uncertain. So she might end up independent.
And speaking of independent, Damn, Joe, and Ecuadragon, hold on to that. Hold on to that because you may never know if she is gonna take that belt away from you.
I don't think so, man.
Hopefully not. That would be a shame.
Oh,
That
well,
would
we've been
be a
hearing
shame.
yeah, I know. You've been hearing about the downfall of this woman right now. She's been
Finally.
having a downfall, and that's
Fine.
going really interesting right now.
How can you make
Oh,
someone
man.
interesting without being interesting? Take the belts off of her,
Mhm.
take the toy belts off of her, take the television championship away from her, take the Ring of Honor belt, which of course are owned by
Oh,
Tony
boy.
Khan, and now start losing the other belts. What is the future for Mercedes Moné? Okay, so she had a great 24, 25. Great. Okay, she was the female belt collector. She was the Ultima Monet. Ugh. She was the copycat for Matt Cardona. Ugh. She tried to pull the Kenny Omega thing. Ugh. And now she's starting to pay back. There's one little problem, but there's one little problem with that. Nobody effing cares. 24, 25, 26, and still nobody cares. Nobody cares. Overpaid, overbearing. Ugh. Can't stand her, but she's gonna still be in AW. She's still be in AW, perhaps show up on New Japan from time to time. But I think that her future is stick around with AEW, perhaps finally winning the world championship. I don't know. But as far as I can tell, she's AEW bound. She's not moving anywhere. She's going to ping pong around on CMLL. She's going to ping pong around in New Japan. But, you know, her future is still with AEW. And I hope she stays there forever. Thank you so much for calling. Thank you. And hold on to that necklace. Hold on to your bling bling.
All right. Now, Mercedes is staying in AEW. She's staying there. And she's going to be losing belts one by one until she finally wins the AEW World Women's title. That's the biggest goal for Mercedes because she went after that title twice last year and she lost. But the thing is, no matter how many belts that she was holding, she still want to possess the one title that she wants, and that is in AEW because she's all elite. Like, do you think she will do the same thing in WWE? Maybe. I mean, but you know, like WWE won't allow a wrestler holding like 2, 3, 4, 5 fucking belts because it's WWE. But Mercedes, I think she's gonna lose the titles one by one, like probably like in a couple of weeks, next month, until All In the summertime. That she's gonna definitely get that belt from what I know, it's Chris Stanley who's the current champion, but I've been hearing that Tony might probably win the belt again. And then Mercedes might go after Tony and then wins. I mean, talking about Tony Storm, timeless Tony Storm. She's going to go after the world women's title and then she's going to be happy with it because all those titles that she's holding, well, you know, there's nothing special. There's nothing against it. I mean, there's the Rev Pro title, there's the CMLL title, all those other titles that she lost. They're like, yeah, they're like all secondary titles, bro. I mean, TBS title, the television title, the strong title. It's funny that she won the New Japan strong title, but she never won the second time for the IWGP women's title. She won it one time, but she never went after that belt while she was becoming the actual belt collector, the Ultima Monet, but she didn't win after that belt, but I don't know what happened. Mercedes will lose all those belts month after month until she finally gets the women's world title. She's going to stay in AEW. She's not going back to WWE. I mean, there's words going around that she's thinking about it if they give her a call, but we all know they're not going to do that. WWE is not interested in her. They're not interested in her because they did say that. They did say they want to injure her, man. They want to keep her as a tag team wrestler when she was in WWE. You guys know what the fuck happened like back in 2023 when she was pissed off about it and she walked away and we thought she was still under contract, but she was already gone. Her contract didn't expire. She just wanted to leave, and she left. And look where she is right now. I'm happy how Mercedes became, a multi-time champion and all that stuff. But nothing special about Monet. She's better stay as a heel because when she came back, she was a face. I never was a fan of Mercedes or Sasha as a face because it was cringy. Heel Monet and heel Sasha was way better because that's her character.
Mm-hmm.
So the
CEO works better as a heel, not as a face.
As a heel, absolutely 100% perfect. Her promos as a heel is amazing, and all that shit that she talks about, and also doing her tantrum like she's losing. She's out of control now. If you saw World's End when she lost the match for the tag titles that she wanted to get with Athena, she lost her shit, and now her downfall's beginning. So Mercedes Moné, all elite for a couple of years, and she's going to win that World Women's title at the summertime in All In. So that's my prediction for Mercedes Moné.
Dorian.
Well, she's going to lose the belts, all of them. The TBS title, the end of 2025, finally lost it back to Willow. I was hoping, what's it called, someone else and all that stuff, but okay, Willow, and she's one half of the tag team champions too, so okay, that's mine. So for me to say she is staying AEW, and she will finally, and I'm gonna say this, she's gonna finally get the big title that she never won, and she's gonna win it. I would have to say mid 2026 winning that belt. And that's all I got to say.
Okay, so moving on back to the WWE, we're going to go into SmackDown for one of the biggest surprises that this year has had. It's funny because when you really try to work up your character, it's happens one of two things. Either you cash in on your former WWE name or you go reinvent yourself. And our next guest did exactly that. He went to reinvent himself after he was fired in 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Cardona. The biggest return, and to me the biggest example of how you do things properly, correctly, the way you should. He could have cried and temper tantrum all he wanted, but luckily for him, he had this awesome female by his side called Chiazzi Guerrero, who basically just slapped him in the back of his head and said, hey, it's either you cry and whine over the fact that you were at one time Zack Ryder, or you just go out there and you reinvent yourself. And he did just that. The Indie God is once again in the WWE. Thank goodness he's no longer Zack Ryder. He's Matt Cardona. He still hosts his Mayor Podcast YouTube channel, which of course is fabulous. It's fantastic. There's just one little thing. God, give him his down straight theme. We want to hear it. We want to hear when the lights go out. We don't want to hear some stupid generic WWF Death Rap theme. Come on, you can do better than that, Brody. Okay, my prediction for him, he's going to have 1 or 2 years, hopefully not that much, going around on certain feuds, going against certain wrestlers, but he's not going to win either the World Heavyweight Championship nor the WWE Championship. He's going to still be sticking around in the mid-card, or perhaps a little upper to the mid-card. The U.S. Championship, perhaps. The Intercontinental Championship, perhaps. The tag team titles, only if they bring back Brian Myers. That's the only way I see him as a tag team champion. Bring back the major players. Please bring back the major players. But it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time. He's gonna be, as I said, he's gonna have a year, interesting year. They're gonna hype him up real well. Not world titles on his future, not on WWE. I don't see him going down to NXT either. He's not going to go into NXT. Perhaps a few bits here and there, but no, not to win any major titles. But U.S. Championship, yes. Intercontinental Championship, yes. But not in the immediate future. But he's going to have one hell of a 2026. And if he ends up pairing again with Chelsea instead of even Page, whom I respect a lot in that team that they had created, that would be awesome. I would love to see this power couple. Good year for the indie god, but no belts as of no belts yet. No belts yet. Perhaps on 27, perhaps 28, if the booking is correct. But he's gonna have a hell of a year. Dorian.
Maybe U.S. champion. I will see him. I could see him U.S. champ for going after. But I'm happy. I'm extremely happy for this guy. Finally got the name that he should be instead of being Zack Ryder when he was the John Cena tournament. But I'm happy that now he got the Matt Cardona name. But unfortunately, the theme song, you look at it, it's like,
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess he does not have the rights, or them they don't have the whatever the agreements and stuff like that, because you have to have an agreement between the talent and the promoter to say, okay, I want my percentage of that, and they're like, nope, okay, because Cody does and Punk does have those leverage and stuff because they're stars and shit like that. I mean, Cardona's a star, but not on that level that they think, nope, you could have this, but I'm not giving you this. Okay, fine. What I could see that I'm hopefully like you said, pairing with Chelsea Green, and then I could see him win back the United States champion around the time. But like I said, it's going to be between Trick William and Carmelo Hayes for that problem, and then after that. Down the line, we'll see all the United States title that will be. I could see him probably do win the U.S. champion this year.
I would really love for him and her to win the U.S. championship. It would be a great move by SmackDown to have both.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, both of them
as double champions as U.S. champions. But again, who am I to say? Ecuador.
Yeah. I was surprised when he made his return, and then like on Twitter, and then on Twitter like a couple of hours ago, that's when he made it official that now Matt Cardona is part of the WWE roster, and I'm very happy for him, man, because for the past couple of years, interviews, he said that he will come back to WWE, but on one condition, that he will not become Zack Ryder, only Matt Cardona. Now, when he made his return and it said Zack Ryder, I'm like, oh, come on. And then they changed it to saying always ready, and Matt Cardona popped up, and I was happy for him. Yes, I agree that what the fuck was that theme song? Like, what the hell happened to always ready? I mean, well, the song The Light Goes Out and stuff, but like what Dorian said, maybe it might be the rights, or maybe they're working it out right now, because Downstrap might be the most popular band for wrestling themes, because they made amazing theme songs for The Miz, for Cody Rhodes, and the list goes on and on. I mean, they're like one hell of a band. I mean, I didn't even knew. Here's a fun fact. I mean, I don't know if you or Dorian knows about this. You remember like on MTV, they got this show called Bully Beatdown, and they got these theme songs called Kamikaze or something like that, or Beatdown and shit. And I did not know that Downstrap sang that song. I didn't know. They were unknown, and then many years later, now they're like one of the most popular bands in the world, and also in professional wrestling. But maybe they're working out the rights right now, because it's been a week right now since Matt Cardona made his return to the WWE. So my prediction is this: that he might probably win a tag team title this year, and for the U.S. title or the IC title maybe next year in 2027, because he just came back. But we don't know. Maybe something can happen. Maybe in the middle of 2026, he might probably win the U.S. title along with his wife, even though that Chelsea did lost to Julia. But since he is in WWE and Chelsea is one half of the mixed tag team titles of AAA with Ethan Page, maybe both of them could lose the title. And then she might cut ties with Ethan Page, and Matt and Chelsea can go back to AAA and get those titles again, but this time as husband and wife. Now that'll be interesting, right? Like the AAA mixed tag team champions, Chelsea and Matt Cardona. It might happen. That maybe later on in the year because now he's in WWE. But for becoming a world champion, I don't think so. I see this guy still as a mid-carder, man. I know this guy did win the House of Glory heavyweight title, the GCW title, and all the other titles in the independents. He grinds so hard. He worked his ass out. And I was really proud of this guy because when I found out he got released, and then the next day I found out he was super happy and said, hey, here's my merch. His merch sold really quickly during the pandemic after his release. And I was really happy for this guy. This guy knows how to do marketing. He knows how to do business. He knows what he's doing. I never saw this guy so happy for the past 5 years, and he finally worked his ass out, traveling the world, winning titles, wrestling different talent from all over the world, from Japan to Mexico to Europe. He did everything, and now WWE finally signed this guy. Hopefully, this guy gets pushed really hard. But world champion, give maybe more years to come. Not yet. I mean, I can't say 2 or 3 years because I don't see it. I mean, he has the look. I mean, he got better than what he was when he was Zack Ryder. I'm just glad the Zack Ryder thing is dead because he said he doesn't like the gimmick. He doesn't want to bring it back. I'm happy he came back. When he gets the Lights Goes Out theme, then guess what? Then he'll become, and I said it last time on the stream, and I'll say it with a Russian accent because I said a reference about the movie Undisputed 2. He will become the most complete wrestler in the world. The most complete wrestler in the world. Just like Boyka from Undisputed 2, I'm the most complete fighter in the world. I know, because I like movies and stuff and martial art films. When he gets the downstretch theme, then he's the most complete. He's the complete, but not complete yet, but he'll become the most complete wrestler in WWE. But now world champion. Give it a couple of years. They'll be really, really complete. So Matt Cardona, go ahead.
No. And speaking of complete, I think I don't want to say that this guy's career is already complete because I'm still hoping that he comes back. I'm still hoping that we have another run with him. I'm still thinking, there's a lot of things that you haven't done yet. Prize fighter.
I almost forgot. Before we go with Kevin Owens, I almost forgot. I know that Dorian mentioned Brian Myers. Brian Myers is in TNA. Might be a reunion.
Hopefully.
Forgot about that. Hopefully. Yeah, so hopefully a reunion with these two guys if they bump into each other in TNA. So we might see a reunion of the Major Brothers one day. But yeah, go ahead. My bad.
So what's the future for Kevin Owens? We haven't heard so much of the prize fighter in a long time. The last time we saw him was in the John Cena final match with Walter. But we haven't heard anything about him. We don't know what's his situation with the WWE right now stands. Is he going to retire? Is he not coming back? Is he preparing himself? We all know, for example, that Big E is done. Big E's not coming back. Another one who's also on the shelf is Piper Niven, and apparently she's also done. Apparently. When I saw Kevin, I saw him very, very, very slimmed down. The guy, it's a neck injury, arms, legs, back, shoulders. Life as a wrestler is not very easy. But what Kevin Owens is going through, it's, really hard, really, really hard. But if you ask me, 2026 is going to be the year for Kevin Owens. Hopefully by some miracle, yes. If he can pull the Adam Copeland thing. But if you really, really when I get down and serious with this person here, I unfortunately have to say, serve him up. He's done. I don't think that KO is coming back. I think that that's it. That's it for him. I'm sorry to say, but it was a good career. Unfortunately, I'm not saying that this is official, by the way. Don't get my word as gospel. I don't think that Kevin is coming back. It's been way too long. Nobody has heard anything, and I don't see how he can come up with this out of this one. I think it's better just to say that thanks for the memories, but no, I don't think he's coming back. Go ahead, Dorian.
Not this year, because remember, he had his surgery, I think, throughout the end of the summertime, around maybe August or September, because they said they were waiting for something that it kind of like, what's it called? Not to get surgery until this thing swelled down. So we may not see him this year. This year, it's going to lay low, because they said that this injury neck, it does take it very seriously that maybe he's not coming back 2026. So I will have to say maybe he will come back in 2027 for the Royal Rumble, because for him to for him not doing the John Cena's retirement, because that's the sad thing that he wanted to do it, and the way how the injury happened, it just blew the chances for him to do for Cena. But
Yeah.
now he's taking a break. He's gonna lay low, spend time with his family, and maybe by 2027 we'll see the returning KO. That's my prediction.
Ecuador.
It's uncertain. I mean, when he announced that he was legitimately injured, I was concerned, because this guy has been injured a lot, like over the years. I mean, didn't watch a lot about Ring of Honor, but he got injured a lot back then before he went to WWE. So it's unknown. I can't predict like what's going to happen to him, because like what Dorian said, that he got a surgery, but now I'm not really sure. Like, but I'll go up with what Hollywood said. Like, if he returns, maybe hopefully by the Rumble, if he recovers so quickly, like, maybe the end of 2026 or in 2027 at the Rumble. But if he legit is really hurt and there's no way to fix his neck, and it's no way, and it'll take a long time to fix it, then he might officially retire this year, and he might be done. And it saddens me for the fact that his contract was expiring. Like, I think his contract was expiring in 2024, I believe, and there was hints that he was going to return to AEW, but then he resigned. And I heard that he was going to make they made some promises to this guy that he would become WWE champion, but that never happened. He wanted to become WWE champion. The Universal title doesn't count. That fucking belt is an embarrassment. It's a disgrace. It's a fucking ugly ass belt. That fucking belt doesn't count. And especially his run as Universal champion was one of the worst. How can I say? The worst title reign I ever saw in my life. This guy is one of the best wrestlers I've ever seen in the independents, and also when he was in NXT. This guy never got the chance to become WWE champion. I understand that he did hold that Wing Eagle title. He did look on it. He did look good with that title. He looked good on it. But we all know for the fact he never won it. I mean, he should. I mean, he did hold that belt. I mean, hey, at least he hold it like an actual champion, like with that belt. I mean, he should have won that. You know what? He should have won it against Cody that night. But I understand it was Saturday night main event. I understand because it's Cody. He's a bigger star than Kevin, but he should have won it. And then he would have lost back to Cody. Should have done that shit, because, like the guy was the former Ring of Honor world champion. He was the former NXT champion. He should have won the WWE title, and that'll be it. But now, look what the fuck happened. Now he's injured. He got operated. We don't know. if he's gonna really come back. If he doesn't come back, then that's the end of his career. Maybe he might do the same thing like what Adam Copeland did for 9 years before he made his return. You may never know because Kevin Owens, he's in his I think what is he like his late 30s or early 40s right now.
40.
But he's what happened?
He's 40.
Say that again. He's 40. Okay, so 40. He's 40. So yeah, so he's actually like a year older than me. So he's still young anyway, but maybe give it like probably 5 or 6 years. This is in case that he retires for a bit, and then give it 5 or 6 years, he might come back. But for now, I cannot predict what's going to happen to him,
41.
man, because he's 41. All right, so he's 41 years old. So I can't predict what's going to happen to him because you know how neck injuries are. They'll take a year or 2 years. He might make his return, or 1 or 2 years, then he hasn't announced his retirement. So Kevin Owens, I cannot answer that. If he comes back, maybe at the Rumble or maybe like the end of 2027. But if he's not fully ready, then retirement. He's done. That's all I can say.
Okay, we're gonna tackle on a few more guys because right now we're gonna go into the 2 hour frame, and we're gonna tackle with some power guys here, and we're gonna go into the ruler of the NXT world, Oba Femi.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy,
This guy is main roster bound. It is written all over his face. But here's the thing. To me, if he doesn't go to the main roster this year, he's going to go next year. But he is going to become the world heavyweight champion. He's not going to go for secondary belts. They are. I think they're going to be very, very careful with him. They're not going to wash him up into a title match all of a sudden. I think they're going to be really, really careful with him. Because I do not, for the life of me, think that Hunter is gonna wash him out with title opportunities that are just gonna go flop, 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 flop. Why am I saying that he's gonna win the world title? Because let's face it, even though I love to say that championship is the WCW world title, it has history, it has a lot of things. Let's face it, folks. It's like in the comments. It's the World Consolation Championship. Okay, the big one is Cody Rhodes. The big one is Cody Rhodes, but is Oba Femi big star enough to become the WWE World Champion? That will depend a lot in the booking and how he gets the reaction from the fans. But if you ask me, is he going to win one day a major world title in WWE? Yes. He's going to become the world heavyweight champion, but he's not going to become the WWE champion. This year, no. This year, he's going to dominate. If he goes to the main roster, which apparently that's the thing that's going to happen, he's going to be a dominator. They're going to throw the sharks at him. They're going to throw Braun. They're going to throw Brock. They're going to throw Bronson. They're going to throw at him Walter. They're going to throw the big sharks at him. And maybe, just maybe, oh, hell, I would love to see him go against Roman, by the way. Maybe next year at the Rumble, maybe it'll be him. If not, it will be in the Elimination Chamber. But this guy is World Championship caliber. I'm sorry. Your thoughts, Dorian?
Well, they already promoted him on Raw because I was there last night and they were showing and people were cheering. Mm-hmm. People were cheering for the guy. Mm-hmm. They were cheering. They were looking forward for him to come. They thought maybe tonight, last night. But this guy, he should be main roster bound last month, but I guess they're still holding him and gave him the NXT title, which is making no sense. And once again, I'm going to say this makes no sense, but it's whatever. But I'm just hoping because he's going to go to Raw because now, and by the way, They're already. I don't know. You have. And did you watch NXT last? I mean NXT. Did you watch Raw last night? And did it showed Javon Evans?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching it.
Because I was there live, but if let's say if I watch NXT, I mean if I watch Netflix, they will not show that. They will not show that because I don't have that thing. Because I have commercials, remember, unfortunately.
Commercial-free transmission did show. The one that had the commercial didn't.
Yeah, so they didn't even mention about that, which is surprising. Because I was watching I'm watching this morning the Netflix one here. They never mentioned that Javon Evans is a new signing, which is so stupid. They should announce that. Because you got a guy, you got a future guy, you know. He's officially on Raw now. So this guy right here is going to be on Raw because as much as I want to see him on SmackDown, but I think it's going to be Raw because it's going to be a challenging and everything on Raw. And what can I see this guy dominated? And by the way, SummerSlam. SummerSlam. Carlos, Mr. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Absolutely. I know you.
Where is it going to be at?
It's in Minneapolis.
And who's from
Minneapolis, Minnesota. Yeah.
And who's from Minnesota? Yeah, you know who's from there.
Yeah, you know, the one particular beast.
I see those two, and I see he could be the last guy. Instead of Walter, I think this guy is going to retire Brock Lesnar. Hold on, quote unquote, retire Brock because I see Brock done in the USA. Brock is done at USA if he's going to do this one. For next year, he will do WrestleMania at the Saudi next year. Brock Lesnar will do Saudi Mania next year. But as for the coming, I say he's going to be the guy to retire Brock at the United States. And by the time, I hope he do win the World Heavyweight Champion, but well, depending on how the booking with Steiner Jr., because he is guaranteed to win that belt by WrestleMania. So he wins this one, maybe there could be a rival challenge. That'll be an interesting part. I don't want to see him in the second belt. I want him to go for the bigger belt.
Yeah.
Well,
they already advertised him like not only on Raw but also on SmackDown. They did it on last week on Friday. Oba is going to be a dominator. He's going to dominate the fucking roster. He is a future world champion. I don't know if he's going to be on Raw and SmackDown. He's suitable to both shows. I mean, it doesn't matter if he goes to Raw or SmackDown. For world champion, WWE champion, not yet. World Heavyweight Championship, which is the constantly title, I can see this guy winning that belt next year. Probably at the Rumble, probably at WrestleMania. Next year's WrestleMania. Next year's Royal Rumble. I could see it. This guy will have some amazing rivalries with some of the roster in the WWE, from Braun Breaker, from Bronson Reed, to Walter, to Ilya Dragunov, and the list goes on and on. And I agree with Dorian said. The same thing goes to JD. Shout out to JD and shout out to Solid Monster. I agree with them also, along with Dorian. He'll be the man who will retire Brock Lesnar. But in America, because unless the money is really good for Brock Lesnar to come back once again to the WWE, but not to wrestle in America, or probably go back to America again and wrestle after his retirement, quotation retirement. So, but Obafemi is going to dominate 2026. He's going to destroy a lot of talent in the WWE. I mean, in the main roster. Might see him in AAA. Might see him in Pro Wrestling Noah. Pro Wrestling Noah, since they have partnership with the WWE. This man, along with Omos. Omos was there too. And can you imagine this man? I know my necklace. I can imagine this man going to Pro Wrestling Noah and also dominate, because Omos, he did really well over there in Pro Wrestling Noah as tag team champion until WWE told him to strip that title away from him and come back. And now, where is he right now? In catering. But I can see Obafemi dominating not only in the WWE, probably with the partners of WWE such as Pro Wrestling Noah and AAA, and I don't know what partners they have over there in Europe. I can see this guy traveling. I can see this guy traveling and dominating other wrestlers from around the world under the WWE contract. World Heavyweight Champion, I can see this guy win it next year. This year, man, I mean, I don't think so. You may never know because this guy has been with the company for 3 years, and this guy got it all. He has the whole fucking tool. He's the total package, man. The guy is strong. The guy can talk. The guy can move. He can do everything, and he's legit strong. I mean, I didn't watch a lot of Sheamus's videos on YouTube, but if you see this guy doing a shoulder press, each dumbbell is 125 pounds. This guy is fucking strong. He is truly the ruler of NXT, and soon he'll be the ruler of WWE. So Obafemi, he'll be dominating the entire year of 2026 and going on next year in 2027 as a future World Heavyweight Champion. So Obafemi, future World Heavyweight Champion, and possibly becoming the first man, the only man who might retire Brock Lesnar in Minneapolis at SummerSlam. That's it.
I really pay for that one. That brings us down to our last two, where there's a lot of guys and girls who would have loved to talk about, but we can only talk so much for so many people around. We're gonna go down to the last two. We're moving on to AEW and New Japan at the same time. And this guy over here.
Oh.
Will Ospreay, who I understand has some unfinished business on AEW, and after he's done with that, he's going to go back to New Japan. Now, let me clarify that. He's not done with AEW as a whole. It's kind of like a storyline thing because he apparently is going to reclaim his kingdom, per se, back over in New Japan now that the entire Bullet Club is finito from New Japan. So are we going to have a clash of leaders of the United Empire? I don't know, but whatever is good for Will Ospreay in Japan is good for everyone who keeps saying one day he'll be the AEW World Champion. But there's some guy called John Layfield who has said that one day he is going to go to the WWE. Oh my gosh, he is still going to be NXT bound. Oh, for those of you who don't get it, Oba still the World Heavyweight Champion over in NXT.
Yep.
So, but let's be honest, guys. Do you really think that Leon Slater was gonna win the NXT Championship? Nah, that wasn't gonna happen. That wasn't gonna happen.
Man.
That would have been too much for a TNA guy to actually win a WWE title. That would have been too much. But hey, let's go focus on this guy. So,
yeah,
you're saying, Quadragon, about one of your many idols.
Yeah, so I don't think this guy's gonna go to WWE because he said on interviews that he really wanted to go, but that was during the McMahon regime that he will not go to WWE. But for Will Ospreay, man, he'll be more staying in AEW. So last night he did show up. Well, he did show up to New Japan like two nights ago at Wrestle Kingdom, and then he came back again to New Japan for New Year's Dash. He did confirm that he's still with AEW, but when he's done with some business in AEW, he will return to New Japan for wrestling. I mean, that's kind of surprising because he did live in Japan for many, many years before he went back to the UK to wrestle in AEW. I don't really see him coming to NXT. I don't think so, man, because this guy, like, he did everything, man. Like, he was the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, World Heavyweight Champion, not the heavyweight title that I have right now. Like, he never won it. He just, that other fucking disgusting belt that Yota Tsuji, who's now the current champion, got rid of it. Thank God. I don't think this guy is going to go to WWE. He's still going to stay in AEW. He will definitely go back to New Japan because he did say specifically last night to some of his United Empire stablemates that he's going to return and take care of some business. But I got a feeling that his own stable, which he created 5 years ago, might kick him out. Because I know you guys don't watch a lot of New Japan, but I did saw some clips that one of his stablemates, hinted to turn on him by swinging the chair, but one of his stablemates stopped him. So there's some chances that he will return to New Japan, but he will not like be with his stablemates because there's a possibility that his own stable will turn on him. They'll definitely kick him out because he's been gone. He was gone from New Japan for like what, 2 years now, ever since he joined with AEW. But if he ever goes to WWE, I think he would definitely start with NXT for a couple of months and then he'll show up to WWE. But that's just like, that's a what if scenario. But I don't think this guy will go to WWE. I don't see it. I don't really see it.
Guys, I don't mean to interrupt. I think he dropped the title.
What are you talking about?
He surrendered the title. No, he dropped the title.
Oba surrendered the title.
Oba dropped it? He dropped it?
Because so sorry to interrupt. So
what's going on?
Yeah, Ava was talking to the main roster, to the roster, saying there's probably going to be call-ups, and then Robert Stone just told Ava Oba Femi did something, and then he left it in the middle of the ring.
Okay, I gotta watch this after the show, man. This is so hot.
Yeah, so he left it in the middle of the ring, and I think that's it. He's done. I'm kind of sad about. I mean, he probably wants to be the guy to say I'm still the champ.
Before we go back to Will Ospreay, I understand that you think Leon Slater is going to win that belt. I mean, I know it's doubtful and stuff, but that's without a shadow of a doubt the dumbest shit that they've done in the booking. Like he just retained the title and he just put it in the ring. What? Why would he? Why? Why would they do that shit? I understand that you. I know there's no way that Leon was going to win. I predicted that he was going to win that title because like a WB wrestler won a TNA World Title. Why not return the favor? But no, they don't want to do that. They should have done it because why the fuck would you do that shit? Why? That's so fucking dumb. I got to check this out later tonight. But anyway, back to the one Will Ospreay. Because that's really disappointing, man. I mean, I can't believe this ending's so fucking stupid, but I got to check this out after the show. Now, for Will Ospreay, so for Will Ospreay, man, I don't see him going. I mean, if he goes to WWE, he could go to NXT for a couple of months and then to the main roster. But the thing is, if you see the guy, like, he can talk, he could fucking wrestle. He's one of the best in the world, but in WWE, in the world of WWE, you gotta have character. You gotta have some kind of character. But Will, he's just like, he's just an amazing wrestler, an amazing athlete. But I don't know what kind of personality we'll have in WWE. I mean, I can't see it. So he definitely fits with AEW. He's going to stay in AEW, and he's going to go back to New Japan. So my prediction is he still remains in AEW, and goes back to New Japan, or have 2 contracts, just like Konosuke, who has 3 contracts with DDT, AEW, and New Japan. Will Ospreay might have 2 contracts with AEW and New Japan. So that's my prediction.
Dorian.
Well, if it's true about the Ospreay, probably after AEW's run, he's going back to New Japan. Like I said before, I'm gonna say this one more time. It's gonna be the year for him to win the world title, because if he's 100% healthy, he's gonna go MJF. If he's holding that title, the blueberry belt, I think he's gonna be getting him at All In. He's gonna win the Owen first, and then going to All In to beat him for the world champion. So once he's done with that, if you say he's going back to New Japan, then I say the future is for him whatever he wants to do. As long as that he gets that accomplished to win that Tony promised him to win the world title of the year. So that year comes, he stay healthy, hopefully win that belt, and then if he wants to go back to New Japan, go back to New Japan, and hopefully if he wins the championship in New Japan, keep that version 4. I don't want the other belt back.
Nobody does, as a matter of fact. But speaking of going away, leaving, or whatever it is the case, there is a certain character that apparently his days are finalized with a certain organization because he's not good. No, not at all. He is evil.
Indeed.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
evil is kind of like a hot potato right now. Everybody wants a piece of him. Everybody's gunning for him. So where is he gonna go? Is he gonna go to WWE? He's gonna go to AEW. Is he gonna show up on TNA? Where is he going to go? I understand that Uncle Tony is not a fan of his, so I believe that leaves AEW out of the picture. So what's next? Who are going to get this talent? Is it Tommy Dreamer? Is it gonna be Sean? Is it gonna be Hunter? Who's it gonna be? My call. Since TNA is finally landed a deal, I think that he's gonna show up on TNA. My call. There's gonna be a lot of evil on TNA on my behalf. I don't know about you guys. Ecuador.
Evil, I think he might probably show up to NXT because, or probably to the, I mean, he can't go straight to the main roster. Now, just in case that nobody knows, Evil was in a relationship with one in the Sky, aka Io Sky. So yeah, they were together like many years ago until they broke up. So you may never know that this guy might probably pop up in NXT and then maybe to the main roster because I know that Evil doesn't speak a lot of English, but you know the way he performs in New Japan with his stable, which is the House of Torture, he might fit with the WWE because you know WWE always do a lot of fucking interference, like a lot of interference. I mean AEW does interference, but you know WWE is well known with so much fucking interference in every great match that we watch on television. But from what I heard on the reports that Evil wants to expand his horizon, he's interested in going to other promotions, but we don't know if this guy's going to come to the United States because you know there's other Japanese promotions in Japan. I mean, there's not only New Japan, there's also DDT, there's Pro Wrestling Noah, there's All Japan, there's other list goes on and on because that's what happened to Tetsuya Naito and Bushi, who left New Japan and went independent, and now they call themselves Los Tranquilos de Japan or de Japón. Los Tranquilos de Japón. Now LAJ's dead. But he might probably like go around independently in Japan, but if he comes to the United States, I could see him probably come to the WWE because he probably fits well playing as a better foreign heel than Shinsuke Nakamura. I'm sorry, man, because every time when I see Shinsuke, I mean, when they try to give him that Ronin and samurai shit, and it just he looks badass, but it's not becoming too convincing. I mean, you notice the evolution of Nakamura over the years when he played heel and then goes back to face. Now he's a face again, and now this man is getting his ass kicked, like which I just don't understand. Now, if Evil joins WWE, I just hope we don't see a Japanese against a Japanese wrestler because I don't want to see that shit. Because that's what happened with Andrade. Andrade was trying to feud with a couple of Latino wrestlers and also team with Latino wrestlers, and he got sick of it. No wonder that he got released in WWE. For Evil, my prediction is that he might probably go around independently in Japan, and if he comes to the United States, there's a chance that he might probably join WWE. He might go to NXT because if AEW doesn't want him, then I guess the only option is WWE. I don't think TNA. He could pop up in TNA under WWE or vice versa. So Evil to TNA or WWE, and also going around Japan independently. So that's all I got to say.
Dorian.
I'm surprised if AEW is not going to get him, and Tony Khan is not a fan of his. So, me personally, I probably would set to say, I mean, if it's the money is right, for in Japan, and if he wants to check an option international, I guess NXT going to WWE, maybe to give it a shot for him to do there if it's his style kind of way, you know. I mean, I'd rather
Yeah.
just him go to TNA, probably say, okay, let's give this a chance, and if not, maybe NXT. And if it doesn't work out, man, there's better options outside of Japan, outside of the United States, maybe in Mexico, maybe in Puerto Rico, maybe Ecuador. You know, give it a shot. Whatever you get opportunity out there that he can prove himself. And there's another
Yeah.
talents that I see New Japan are leaving, and we like, wow, where all of them gonna go? We're not sure.
Mhm.
Well, we'll have to wait and see what happens, which
Yep.
corporation decides to sign him up. But the thing is, this 2026 is painted up for a lot of things to happen. You know, for a lot of matches, for a lot of signings, for a lot of pay-per-views. It looks interesting since we're on the draft, but let's see what happens as the days go by, as the hours go by, and as decisions are taken, contracts are signed, re-signed. We're still on a full year, so we have just what passed just the first 6 days. We still have
Yeah.
360 to go. So we'll see what the WWE, AEW, New Japan, AAA, Consejo, what do they come up with? So far, Raw was nice, very. I have a little criticism over Raw regarding the theme. You know, I know that they're trying to pull a plug on Stranger Things, but you have a theme show. Why do you make a show out of everything except for the theme? You know, I can't have a Raw Stranger Things if the Stranger Things are not gonna not gonna even be there. You know, it's kind
Yeah.
of like
That's what I was hoping for too.
I'm gonna film a wrestling show on a theme park. That was to me. And I'm not a big fan of Stranger Things. I even look. It goes so far as I saw, and you guys won't have seen it, that there was a crossover of action figures with the Masters of the Universe.
Mhm.
And I was kind of like, what the fuck is this? I would not buy them even if they were the last action figures in the world. Sorry.
And they got Ninja Turtles too as well.
Yeah, but I
Oh, yeah.
prefer the Turtles crossover instead of the Stranger Things crossover. I
Yeah.
didn't see it. I really didn't see it. It's weird enough, even though it's interesting, that we have the Transformers and Masters of the Universe crossover. But Stranger Things and Masters of the Universe, I mean, I could believe that from the Turtles, but not from He-Man. I mean, it's Earth and Eternia. Where the hell does that mash up? But anywho, why are you having a theme Raw if nobody's gonna be there? I mean, it's just, I don't know. I feel like they were filming at an amusement park. Plain and simple.
I don't know, man.
Okay, but anyway. Okay, guys, that's it for us. Thank you so much to Ecuadragon and DRC for joining me on our very first Zero Zensura from the 2026. I just hope that they give us enough ammunition for more shows, because definitely that's what I'm looking for, because I want to spice up this shit so bad. And we still have 360 days to go. So, guys, do your homework. F up real good so you can give us something to talk about. And even if we don't, we're going to find a way to make you look at least, so-and-so right. So that's it for us. On behalf of the Ecuadragon and Dorian Robalino Cueva and Mr. Hollywood saying, so long, everybody, until we see you on our next 0 Zensura. Good fight. Good night.